State versus Jerry Hensley, 20-6. Charged with failure to appear. Jerry Hensley. Good morning. Have you got a lawyer, sir?
Judge, the public defender's office represents him on a case that's on this court's docket. I don't know if Mr. Hensley has filled out a new application. He'll need to do so, but for purposes of arraignment, we'll waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty. And if the court would be so inclined, since he has an existing case on your docket, if you transfer 20-06 to your docket.
It'd be fine with me. We'll enter the plea of not guilty and schedule the matter out for hearings and trials.
Very well.
You may stand aside, sir. Thank you. State versus Casey Lawson, 20-4. Domestic battery. Who is your lawyer, sir? You have a lawyer? Okay. I'll have you appear before Judge Gordon Webb on January 16th at 9:30 for arraignment and attorney status. Thank you so much. You may stand aside. State versus Kelsey Giltner, 20-8 and 17-148. Good morning. Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
No, sir.
Say that again, please.
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
A public defender, sir.
I apologize, I can't hear you. What did you say?
A public defender, sir.
Have you filled out an application?
I haven't been given one yet.
Okay, just ask for one. They should have one in the jail there.
Okay.
Give me just a moment here. I'll look at your revocation case. Okay, these cases are before Judge Gordon Webb. I'll have you appear before him on January 16th at 9:30 a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye. State versus Stacy Marlowe, 20-10, manufacturing methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, controlled substances. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
No, sir, I don't.
You going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I made an application, filled out an application for a public defender.
You've already filled on that, okay? You have
Yes,
that? What did you do with it after you filled it out?
I gave it to the officer. Right, it was eight pot pill request or pill count.
It was what?
I gave it to the officer distributing the medication at 8 o'clock, I believe it was.
Last night?
It may have been last night, night before last.
Y'all didn't go over this, did you go over this morning? Okay, what was the officer's name, do you know?
Goodness. No, I sure don't.
Was it male or female?
Male.
Was it tall or short?
Tall, I believe.
Hair or no hair?
Next slide, please.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
It was, I think, last night.
At any rate.
I'm not,
That's
I don't
okay,
remember.
that's okay. I'll have you appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30 a.m. for arraignment and attorney status, okay?
okay, is there any way of a possible bond reduction, anything like that right now?
What is your bond, man?
It's 15,000.
30,
Now,
how much?
I reduced it when I signed the affidavit to 15.
Oh, okay,
That's better.
Oh.
All right.
all right,
Well, thank you.
thank you.
Goodbye. Is there anything to be done in Jeffrey Shepard's cases?
I think he's got an arraignment on one, Your Honor.
Okay, Jeffrey Shepard, 20-3, 19-462, 19-339, 19-147.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
One of these is set for hearing, is that right?
Judge, yes, and on 19-147, I think that's the one that's set for hearing. I've spoken with the state about that. I would ask to continue that matter to the court's first time here in February.
Very well.
And we'll wait the 60 days, but we intend on having something resolved at that time. If I may approach otherwise.
Yes, battery, hindering apprehension, a revocation, and some murder charge.
That is correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges,
Okay,
enter a plea of not guilty, and enter a plea of not true on a revocation if we haven't already.
yeah, that's 20-3 charges, murder in the first degree. We'll enter a plea of not guilty. And which other charge you?
The one right underneath it, 19462, it doesn't
Okay.
reiterate on that.
Your Honor, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty on that charge. I would ask that 19462 be transferred to this court's docket. He has 19339 that's still pending as well.
Very well. 19462 is battery in the first degree. We'll enter a plea of not guilty. Okay. Anything else?
That'd be all, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may stand aside. Harvey Honeycutt, 20-5, 19-50. And,
Judge,
yes,
with the state's agreement, the state's hopeful agreement, I'd ask to continue this matter to your first setting in February, and we'll have a hearing on that date.
okay.
I think he needs to be arraigned on the other charge.
Yes, Your Honor, I need to speak with, Mr. Pacings as well, because I caught some new charges, and I need to try to get that resolved if possible.
And that's part of the reason why we're continuing your hearing until February, so we can try to get things wrapped up.
Yes, sir, thank you.
On these new charges, Your Honor, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you, Mr.
It's
Putnam.
20-5, and the charge is residential burglary, theft, criminal trespass, criminal mischief. We'll enter the plea of not guilty.
And Harvey, you need to fill out a new application, another application for this new case.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
You may stand aside. Yes.
You're gonna come and speak with me, right, sir?
Hopefully in the next few days.
Thank you so much, because, yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this are you Mr. Wamser?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge, our office represents him on 19-45. If he desires us to represent him on 20-11, he'll need to fill out a new application. But for purposes of arraignment today, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay. We'll enter the plea of not guilty, and it's on failure to appear on 20-11. And I'll have him appear on, let me see.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was in residential rehab
Okay.
at the time of the trial,
Right.
which I've completed.
Okay. I have you appear on February 13th for attorney status in case 20-11, and I'll go to 19-45. Criminal mischief and theft.
The criminal mischief, I believe I was already in court for and
Colton?
pled
Colton?
guilty to.
Colton,
Okay.
just let the judge look through it.
Okay, sorry.
It was $5,000. I just said it as a $5,000 cash bond on that. And we'll reschedule the matter.
Very well. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Larry Branscombe, 19-463. Sir, I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you in charge of possession of controlled substances, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. How does he plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty and schedule the matter for hearings and trials. You may stand aside, sir. Thank you. 19-452, Aaron Telos, possession of methamphetamine. He also has 1955, 18287, 17460, which are revocations, first appearances.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
Right.
He's made application in the Public Defender's Office.
So I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. $19-63 is possession of controlled substance, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. I'm sorry, on the wrong case. Let me get over Mr. Tullis's case. -52. 452.
Yes.
Controlled substances. How does he plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
I'll have him appear before Judge Webb on that case on January 16th. And we'll start going through these revocations. Looking at 19-55. Judge Webb did that case. I'll set that for hearing on January 16th. 18287.
And Judge, in all these revocations, we've entered a plea of not true.
Very well. I said 18287 for hearing on January 16th. 17-460. I'll set it for hearing on January 16th also. All right, you may stand aside, sir. Thank
Your Honor, may I say something?
you. Yes.
I posted a $20,000 bond like 3 weeks ago on the new charges.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could get released back onto that bond?
No, not since the revocations have been filed.
That sucks. All right, thank you.
Gerald Morris, 19409, delivery of methamphetamine, or possession with purpose to deliver at any rate, drugs and firearms, firearms for certain persons.
Your Honor, as of now, if the court can leave this to scheduled, we're still short some information. I think it's set for trial in March, and hopefully we'll be able to move it by that time.
Okay. You may stand aside, Mr. Morris. 19403, Katie Fernandez, endangering the welfare of a minor, firearms for certain persons.
Your Honor, likewise, leave this matter scheduled, leave it as scheduled. The state has provided discovery. I will get over and have an in-depth visit with Ms. Fernandez about it, and if the state has an offer, I'll convey it at that time.
Very well. You may stand aside, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I say something, sir?
Yes.
I've been incarcerated for 90 days. My parole violation hold has been lifted, and I would really like a chance to get out, but my family can't post a bond. Could I please get a reduction today, sir?
What is your bond?
It's $35,000.
She has some priors, I take it.
She's been charged as a habitual offender, Your Honor. These charges include a Class Y felony of simultaneous possession of drugs and firearms, and about a Class A felony, Class B felonies, 2 Class B felonies, possessions of firearms by certain persons. Judge, we think the bond should stay right where it's at.
I'm skimming over the affidavit here. I'm gonna leave the bond where it's at. You may stand aside. William Cobb, 19213, residential burglary, breaking or entering, criminal mischief.
Your Honor, our office represents Mr. Cobb, and the last time he and I visited before the holidays, Mr. Cobb indicated he was attempting to hire private counsel. Mr. Cobb, have you been successful in that endeavor?
Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer hired?
Yes, sir. Matt Stone.
Okay. Well, Judge, I don't know where Mr. Stone is, but here he comes.
Kelly Mills, Your Honor.
William Cobb.
Oh, yes, sir. I have not. I've been in discussion with Mr. Cobb about undertaking representation. We have not formalized it yet, so I didn't think I was a docket for him yet, but I will announce to the court my intention to enter my appearance on his behalf.
Yeah, I'll have him appear on February 13th for attorney status.
February 13th, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I've been incarcerated for 7.5 months. Is there any way I could get a bond reduction?
I don't know. What is your bond?
25,000.
He's got significant ties to the community, Your Honor. I know his father. We played pickup basketball together for years. So he's a local fellow, been around. I don't think he's going to be going anywhere.
Does he have any priors?
He does, Your Honor. He has a criminal history score of over 2. Judge, this gentleman is charged with a residential burglary, or breaking and entering, a criminal mischief. He was actually confronted by the homeowners. That's why his bond is so high.
I'm just gonna leave it where it's at.
What was our date, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Say it again now.
What was,
Say it again.
what was our date, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
February 13th.
February 13th.
February 13th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, could I have that time excluded? This is
Yes,
getting
that'd
a
be
little age on
excluded
it.
time.
It's getting a little age on it.
No objection on that, Your Honor.
He's
Thank
already
you.
scheduled to be for that day anyways, Carol.
It's getting-
Mark Henson, 19-150. Drug paraphernalia, it's on a revocation. Let's see. Good morning, sir. Do you have a lawyer?
Well, I do on my current case, but I was just incarcerated from my probation officer's office on Tuesday, so I haven't had a chance to see if the same lawyer is going to represent me or what's going on with it.
Okay. Give me a moment here.
I have public defender for my current case that I'm up on the docket for on the 13th of February.
Let's see. Well, I tell you what, this particular case is before Judge Webb, so I'll have you appear on January 16th for arraignment and attorney status on this revocation, okay?
Is there any way to address bond?
Let me see, look at the allegations here.
I was told by my probation officer that I could put up a $500 cash bond to go towards my fine and actually pay my fine off, which I have enough money to do.
I don't want to do that. I said at $2,500 cash, no use of controlled substances subject to drug screening.
Is that $2,500 cash that I have to come up with
Yes, sir.
personally?
That is correct.
Okay, with no, I can't use a bondsman or anything like that?
That is correct.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Go to Rusty Stevens, 19-59. It's on a revocation. Okay, you entered a plea of not true, and you're going to make application to the public defender's office. Have you done that?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
We have it, just looking for it.
Okay, give us just a moment. They're looking for it.
Might be on our desk back
Okay.
up the hall, but we can.
Would it be recalled?
Is there-
It looked like he qualified.
He's failing to report.
Okay, I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and if there's a problem with that,
It
we'll
ain't gonna get any better.
we'll set the
We can do it.
hearing for February 13th
We can lay out.
at 10 o'clock,
Is there-
as soon thereafter as we can get to it. Yes.
Is there any way I can get a bond so I can go back to work?
Let me look at the allegations here.
Your Honor, Mr. Stevens's transgressions with the probation officers makes him an absconder as of September 5th of last year.
Okay. I'd rather not set a bond right now, sir. Okay, thank you. Brandy Lyons, 18-507, on a revocation. Good morning.
Morning.
Give me just a moment. Ma'am, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Are you gonna hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Make application, sir.
Okay. Pick up an application, fill it out and turn it in as soon as you can. I have you reappear on February 13th.
I was wondering if I
10
could have a bond.
o'clock. At 10 o'clock for attorney status. We'll go ahead and enter a plea of not true. What is it you want, ma'am?
I was wondering if I could have a bond set.
Yes, we'll set $1,000 cash, report to probation for periodic drug testing as directed.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Jessica Raymond, 17-442, first appearance on a revocation. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is before you represent her.
We do. We have her on 19-397, Your Honor.
Okay, this is on 17-442, and she's appearing for an arraignment.
We'd waive a formal reading of the petition, enter a plea of not true.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not true. I'll schedule it for hearing on January 16th before Judge Webb at 9:30 or soon thereafter as he can get to it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sarah Smith, 17-257, revocation. Good morning, ma'am. Have you got a lawyer?
No,
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
yes,
Which of the two?
put in an application for a public defender.
Okay. Give me just a moment here. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to have you appear on February 13th for arraignment and attorney status, okay?
Thank you.
You may stand aside. Marla Pennington, 16-88. On a revocation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who's your lawyer, ma'am?
I don't have one yet.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Yes, sir.
Which of the two?
Public defender.
Okay. I'll have you appear on February 13th at 10 o'clock or soon thereafter as we can get to it for arraignment and attorney status. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.